Hello everyone, I'm priyadharshini. Today I'm your maths teacher. Today we are going to see about the chapter 15 of probability. So without any delay, let's get started, and if you don't mind, please take notes. What is probability? We all have come across this word probability. It is a possibility. It is a number that reflects the chance or likelihood that a particular event will occur. For example, when we toss a coin, either we get head or a tail. Only two possible outcomes are possible. Let's take an example. Let's say that you're playing Ludo and it's your turn to roll the dice. You're playing with your mom and you're about to roll the dice. What is the possible number you will get out of the dice? What will be the possible outcomes or the numbers you can get? So there are six numbers as we know on the dice: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Out of these six numbers, you will get any one number at once. So that is any one number out of these six numbers. Now, if you roll the dice once, only one time, what will be the chances that you will get 6? The dice can give you any number out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 when you roll it once. Therefore, the chances of getting 6 is 1 out of these 6 numbers, that is 1 by 6. So we are going to do it only once. So when you are going to roll it down, you will get any one number. So that one number of getting 6 is 1 by 6. As we saw already, in this, similarly, the chance of probability of you getting a 1 is 1 out of these 6 numbers, that is 1 by 6. Similarly, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can get only one possible outcome. So, if you're getting 5, it is going to be 1 out of 6. Let's take another example. Let us toss a coin only once. What will be the possible outcomes? It can be a head or a tail. It has only two faces, that is a head and a tail. So there will be only two possible outcomes. So out of these two possible outcomes, you will get either a head or a tail. Think what will be the chances of you getting a head and tail. What would I get if I toss the coin? Think about it. What will be the possible outcomes? Either a head or a tail. There are two possible outcomes. The chances of probability of you getting ahead is 1 out of the two possible outcomes. As I said earlier, that is 1 by 2. So there are two possible outcomes and you're getting only one event is going to occur. So that is 1 by 2. So what is probability? By now you would have come to an idea like what is probability is actually about. It means the possibility of events likely to occur. Probability is the chances of some occurrence or some events. By definition, probability is a branch of mathematics that deals with the occurrence of a random event. Event. It is a single outcome of an experiment. We can see the example of getting a head or a tail on a coin, and about the dice we saw already the example. So in the coin you get either a head or a tail. So there are two possible outcomes out of which you're going to get only one. So that is 1 by 2. In this dice you can see here also you're going to take only one possible event out of six possible outcomes. So it can be 5 or 4 or 3. So you get 1 by 6. What is an experiment or trial? A series of action is where the outcomes are always uncertain. Example, tossing of a coin. You cannot assure that you will get a head for sure, is it? So it is a possibility only, you can predict it, but you cannot assure the outcome. So for example, you can take a tossing of a coin, rolling of a dice, you can get 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, and selecting a card from the deck of 50 cards. By this time, you will be able to understand that why are we studying probability. It is because it helps us to study the unpredictable sequence of events and to understand the possibilities of future events. So if you're going to your 11th standard and if you're about to select your group, you will have so many confusions. So once you are clear with this probability, you will be understanding the possibilities of the consequence after you do your degree, or you're going to when you're going to college. It will definitely help you. It is the probability, that logic of uncertainty and randomness. Uncertainty and randomness occur in just about every field of application, and in daily life it helps us to make decisions. So now with the help of probability you can win. Okay, let's see the types of probability in the syllabus. So you will be studying about the theoretical and experimental and axiomatic. In this study, we will be discussing about theoretical probability and experimental probability. What is a theoretical probability? It is the mainly based on the reasoning behind probability. It is also called as classical probability. You all might have come across the theoretical things, the theoretical definitions and everything. It is also similar to that. For example, if a coin is tossed, the theoretical probability of getting ahead is 1 by 2. We all have seen in the previous session, previous examples. What is experimental probability? Here it is a contrast between these two, since theoretical and experimental is completely different. It is based on the basis of the observations of an experiment. The experimental property, which can be calculated based on the numbers of possible outcomes by the total number of trials. In the previous example, we saw that the coin was tossed only one time. Here, since it is the experimental probability, the coin is tossed 10 times and head is recorded 6 times. Then the experimental probability, we saw the definition also, for head is 6 by 10. The total number of trials is 10. So here 6 by 10, that is 3 by 5. Okay, please take this note. The probability of all the events of an experiment adds up to 1. Okay, so the total number of all the events of an experiment adds up to 1. Example, when tossing a coin, there are only two possible outcomes, which are a head and a tail. We saw already about this. Of the probability of getting a head is P of h is equal to 1 by 2. Probability of h is equal to 1 by 2. And similarly, the probability of getting a tail is also 1 by 2. So when you add these both, 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2 is going to be 1. So that is why we said that the probability of all the events occurring is adds up to 1. Here, the sum of all the possible outcomes, as I said earlier, the probability of getting a head plus probability of getting a tail is going to be 1. 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2 is going to be 1. Okay, I would like to ask you a question for this. A bag contains one red ball, one blue ball, one green ball, and one orange ball, all being the same size. If you take out a ball from the bag without looking, what is the probability that you take out? The options A is a red ball, B blue ball, C green ball, and D orange ball. Okay, so there are totally how many balls are there? So the total number of trials is going to be 4. And getting a red ball is only one red ball is there. So when you take out a ball, if it is going to be a red ball, then it is going to be 1 by 4. Now let us see the solution. Let R, B, G and O be the event for red ball, blue ball, green ball and orange ball respectively. The number of possible outcome is going to be 4. The number of outcome Favorable to event R is going to be 1. As you said earlier, it is the one only one ball is available in the basket or something. So P of R is equal to 1 by 4. Similarly, for P of blue ball is equal to 1 by 4, P of green is equal to 1 by 4, and P of orange is equal to 1 by 4. Thank you all.